What is going on, guys? Hope you've been well. We're doing a little review video today. I don't know if you've seen those little cinematic clips that I've been posting on my YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. All of those have been shot with this frame right here. This is the AOS Cine35 V5. It is a 3.5-inch box frame. I've been flying this a lot, so I'm going to give you a little review on it today. Prior to flying the AOS frame, I was actually flying this frame right here. This is the Rotor Riot Skylight. The cool thing about this frame is you take the prop ducts off, and it's a 3.5-inch freestyle quad. Then you can put the ducts on and you get like a 2.8-inch Cinewhoop style quad. I ended up retiring this because I wanted something more cinematic, and with this quad with the ducts on and the 2.8-inch props, but then the motors that I had, it just wasn't the best setup. So the quad had a Caddx Vista inside of it, and then carrying a full-size GoPro is just a little too much weight for the motors that were on there. It just wasn't a good setup, so I ended up tearing this down and we built the AOS frame. So on the AOS frame, I was actually able to reuse the motors. These are T-Hobby 2203.5s, and they are 2,850 kV. It's a wider motor, works really well for cinematics, kind of okay for freestyle, but these motors don't get hot at all carrying the heavy weight of a GoPro in here. I also reused the Caddx Vista. Part of me wants to put an 04 Pro in here, but it being 3.5-inch, it carries my GoPro just fine, and I don't really have a spare 04 Pro right now, so it's going to stay with the Vista for now until I could put a 04 Pro in, and then we'll see if I take the GoPro off and have a little more runtime. Then I'm running, of course, a Radiomaster XR1 with the dual band antenna, and then I'm using the GEP RC Taker G4 AIO with the Vista. The unique thing about this frame is it mounts the AIO right above the VTX, so I don't really think you'd be able to actually mount a 20x20 stack in here with the VTX under it. Originally I did want to use a Flywoo 20x20 stack that I had, but I couldn't really get it figured out. I'm sure if you relocated the VTX a little bit further back, or if you really slammed the stack, you could get it to work. But it just works a whole lot better using an AIO on the top and then your VTX on the bottom. Of course, this quad is a pusher, so the motors are mounted upside down, and then the props are right side up. If you haven't done that before, it's a little counterintuitive at first, but you'll get the hang of it once you do it once or twice. But as far as my review on this frame, I've never had an AOS frame before, and I kind of tried to stay away from his frames for freestyling because I've seen a lot of people say that his frames are engineering frames first and then freestyle frames second. What I mean by that is, simply put, they're not the most durable frames. And obviously you could see the size of this bottom plate. I'll put the measurements on screen right now, but it's a very thin bottom plate. And I'll put my total weight up on the screen too. I believe dry weight, it's around 326 grams, and then obviously put the GoPro on there, put your battery on there. It's going to be a heavy quad. So when I was looking into this frame, a lot of people right away just said, oh well, it's too fragile. Honestly, this is a box frame. This is meant more for cinematic flying around people, little like light chasing, not like full speed cars, but like it's more of a cinematic quad. In my opinion, this is not a quad that you should be crashing, so durability wasn't really a concern of mine when building this quad. I did put the TPU feet on the bottom because I was worried landing right on this carbon fiber on cement, it would destroy it. It would rip the heads of these screws. So I did put the TPU feet, but I haven't had an issue with durability on this quad, but obviously I haven't crashed it because my intention is not to crash this build. Durability aside, what I can speak on, because I haven't crashed this quad and don't plan on crashing this quad, is the tunability of this quad. Ross's frames are known for being very, very good frames, handling vibrations well, and honestly, this quad tuned incredibly easily and flies amazing. Like I said, these motors were on a freestyle quad before. If you look, one of these motors has a different bell because they were crashed many times. These motors aren't perfectly smooth. This frame doesn't mind at all. No vibration issues, tuned extremely well. You've seen all of my all of the videos that I've posted. The footage is buttery smooth. I'm able to run everything through GyroFlow, no issue. The build was super simple. So yeah, my short review is I don't have many complaints about this frame yet. It is a little bit weird to plug all this in, having the AIO on the top plate and then your VTX on the bottom plate, and then I like taped up my battery wires there to come out there. It is a little weird to put together. It's not impossible. The camera mount, it's TPU. Right now I'm using a Vista in the front, so I had to use like the 04 Pro mount that they have just to space it in a little bit. So ultimately this is the final setup that I ended up with for flying this quad. I am using the HQ 5-bladed props. I believe the name is 90mm X5. I did test both the Gemfan 3.5 and 3.6 inch tri-blade props. I also tested the HQ 8-bladed prop, and just for me, this was the best balance of flight time and lift and noise. So I am flying it with the Tattoo R-Line 1050s, and then of course I put a GoPro on top. So this setup right now with the GoPro, I could fly for an easy 5 minutes. If I take the GoPro off, I could get a lot more flight time. But in taking the GoPro off, obviously it's only Vista footage, which isn't going to be that good. So ultimately, what are my plans for this quad? I'm gonna leave it like this for now and just see where it goes. Like I said, I would like to test an 04 Pro in here. I've heard with the new gyro issues that are going on with the new 04 Pros, you can't really stabilize the footage, but that's an issue I'll cross later. But I'm going to leave it in this configuration. The 4S 1050 is the kind of best balance with flight time and weight of the quad. These 5-bladed propellers give me the best lift. Gep RC, I've been loving their internals. I've never had an issue with Gep RC internals, so knock on wood, this AIO holds up. And yeah, I really have nothing bad to say about this frame or this setup. Would I build another one? Chris Rosser does have a 3-inch version and a 2.5-inch version. I was looking at the 2.5-inch version, but I'm not really sure what I would use it for. I have this 3.5-inch for outdoor, more cinematic footage. The cool thing that you could do with this frame too that I forgot to mention was you could actually put TPU prop guards on the frame to slow it down. So if you're flying and you really want to slow the quad down, you could add these little TPU guards. I'm not sure how well they will sit on the quad because they do just mount on the standoffs and then kind of sit on the outside of the frame. So I'm not sure how well they mount, but they are official ducts put out by Chris Rosser. So yeah, for me, this frame works really well. If you're someone that is newer and you're concerned about crashing, I don't recommend building it because this carbon fiber will break, and as of the time of recording this, they do not sell spare bottom plates on CNC drones. So yeah, if you're concerned about crashing it, I couldn't recommend it. But for me right now, with what I'm doing, which is shorter little fly-throughs, little cinematic clips, it's working really well for me. Carrying the GoPro fine. Eventually I might mess around and put an 04 Pro in here. I can't say for sure. But for me, I am going to leave this quad like this and it's going to stay in rotation. Let's fly this around a little bit. All right, so just to clarify, you're going to hear a mix of audio from the DJI mic that is on my chest, as well as audio from the GoPro. It is a little windy right now, but I'll show you that this quad does handle the wind just fine. So let's get it up in the air. All right, so I'm going to bring the quad in and hover right in front of the mic just so you could hear the sound and tone of the quad. I won't lie, it is a little shrill and it is a little bit louder, but that's what you get with a 3.5-inch quad. I'm sure if I put the prop ducts on, it would sound even louder probably. I don't know, maybe I'll put them on and experiment. I've just heard that once you get them on, it is a pain to get it off. But it is a pretty windy day, and as you can see, the quad is flying completely smooth. The quad hovers around, I believe it was like 32-33% throttle. And yeah, it is just a smooth build. I should mention that if you use the Gep RC Taker G4 AIO, it comes with an XT30 lead, and what I ended up doing was switching the XT30-4 and XT60. I just used the same wires and put an XT60 plug on the end, just because I am using the Tattoo R-Line 1050s, which come with XT60 and it makes it a little bit easier. But as you can see, the quad flies completely smooth. I can bring it in slow, do something, like go through the porch without an issue. I can fly a little faster. And again, this is with a full-size GoPro Hero 13. That is what you are watching from. I should also have the OSD in the corner. Yeah, it's just a smooth flying rig. Bring it in a little bit tighter. Go under. I do have my throttle expo dialed in, so slower maneuvers like that are easier to make. And like I said, if you need it to go even slower, you can put the prop guards on. Then bring it in and change the battery. So see, that was about 4.5 minutes of flight time with the 1050 and the GoPro. I feel like for me, that is more than enough flight time to get the shot that I want to get. For you, may be different. You may need more time, you may need a bigger battery, you may need less time. You may need to go faster. So it all depends. As far as who is this quad for and would I recommend it? Would I recommend it? Yes. Who is it for? That's up to you. If you're looking for, like I said, a more cinematic box frame, I could recommend this. If you're looking for something to crash and rip around, not the frame for it. It's a very specific purpose. Like for me, I have this built, I'm going to keep it built. Is it something that I'm going to grab and fly every day? Absolutely not. But it is something that I enjoy flying. Say I go to a nicer location that I want to do a fly through of, this would be the quad for it. Outdoors. If I wanted to do it indoors, I would not be grabbing this quad. It's definitely too big to fly indoors. But if you feel like this is the quad for you, give it a shot. It wasn't that hard of a build. It wasn't that expensive of a build. If you put an 04 Pro in it, yeah, it would be more expensive, but no harm in trying it. Worst case, you take it apart. But if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down below, and of course, I will get back to you. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.